Okay, we'll start this atherosclerosis. Okay, atherosclerosis is the build up of plaques mainly in the walls of the blood vessels is known as atherosclerosis. Clear? See, and if you see regarding the main causes for this atherosclerosis, that is high fatty intake, okay, which may leads to the development or the deposition of these plaques mainly in the walls of the blood vessels. Okay, directly we go on to the pathogenesis of this atherosclerosis. Okay, you listen carefully. Okay, about this pathogenesis. First, initially, you have to know about okay the histology of the blood vessel. See, generally, if you see, mm, this is a blood vessel. Okay, see, generally, if you see, this is a blood vessel. Here you're having the endothelial cells. Clear? See the lining of the blood vessels. You're having the endothelial cells. Clear? See this layer, you will call it as a basement membrane. Okay, you will call it as a basement. Okay, next below this, you're having this, you will call it as a subendothelial space. Okay, see below this, you are having one layer. This you will call it as internal elastic lamina. Clear? See all these together, these three, okay, together, that is basement membrane, subendothelial space, and the internal elastic lamina. Okay, these three together, you will call it as a tunica intima. Okay, see this is one of the superficial layer of the blood vessel. You will call it as a tunica intima, right? See, uh, there suppose this is inside here, there will be RBC, okay, WBC, or different types of cells that are present. See, this is the lumen of the blood vessel. Clear? See where the blood is going to be flowing here. See, generally, this is the structure of this blood vessel. Suppose if there is any damage to this endothelial cell, then which is the initial stage for the buildup of these plaques. Clear? See, that means how these endothelial cells got damaged. See, because of the different reasons. See, like suppose hypertension, see because of hypertension, or because of smoking, or because of diabetes. Okay, see there are, these are all the different reasons. See this, because of this hypertension, very high pressure is going to be built up inside this blood vessel, so that there will be a damage to the endothelial cells. Clear? Or whatever this, sorry, this is smoking. See, because of this smoking, whatever the harmful chemicals, okay, that can also damage the endothelial cells. And because of diabetes, okay, because of high sugar levels in the blood, which can also damages this endothelial cells. Clear? See, once this endothelial cells got damaged, which is going to be expressing some molecules on its surface. Clear? See that surface molecules, we will call it as a VCAM1. Okay, see this VCAM1 that is going to be expressed on the surface of this endothelial cells. Okay, VCAM1 is vascular cell adhesion molecule 1. Okay, see this kind of molecules will be expressed on the surface of the endothelial cells. See, next what happens is, see because of the expression of this VCAM1, see here, you're also having the monocytes. in the blood. See, by this VCAM1, these monocytes, which can also expresses one kind of protein on its surface, that you will call it as VLA4. Okay, VLA4 is very late antigen 4. Clear? See, now this monocyte also expressing the molecule on its surface, that is very late antigen 4. Clear? See, now this VCAM1 that binds with the VLA4. Clear? See, this VLA4 that binds with the VCAM1 and which holds tightly the monocyte on the surface of this endothelium. Clear? See, what is the use of expression of these molecules? To hold this monocyte very tightly on the surface of these endothelial cells. Clear? See, once which these complex which will be holding these monocytes, then slowly these monocytes moves across these endothelial cells only through the gaps. Clear? See, now this monocyte will be entered into the subendothelial cells. Clear? See, now whatever the monocyte that are present in the blood, with the help of these two molecules which is tightly holded onto the surface of this endothelium, and later on which will be slowly moves across the endothelial cells through the gaps and finally enters into the subendothelial space. Clear? See, now this is a monocyte. See, now what happens because of the damage to the endothelium, some molecules from this endothelium that also released into this subendothelial space, that you will call it as a, see, some molecule. Suppose if you see, this is a kind of molecule that is released into this subendothelial space. Okay, see, this you will call it as a MCF1. Okay, that is monocyte colony stimulating factor 1. Okay, this will be released into the subendothelial space. See, now this monocyte colony stimulating factor, it stimulates this monocyte, so which will be converted into a macrophage. See, generally the molecule in the blood, you will call it as a monocyte. Once the monocyte it reaches to the tissues, okay, in subendothelial space, with the help of this monocyte colony stimulating factor, this monocyte will be converted into the macrophage. Clear? See, now this macrophage, as the main property of the macrophage, if you see, that is phagocytic nature, but here there is no foreign particle or no microorganism to undergo the phagocytic nature. See, but rather than this macrophage, which will be releasing some molecules, you will call it as a superoxides. Clear? This kind of superoxide molecules will be released into this subendothelial space. Clear? See, generally, here not only the monocytes, RBC, and the different WBC cells will be present, some of the LDL molecules. Okay, this you will call it as LDL molecules, that is low density lipoproteins. Okay, this also present in the blood. See, because of the damage to the endothelium, see these LDL molecules which can also enter into this subendothelial space. Clear? See, now this is the LDL molecules. Clear? See, this is a superoxide. See, what is meant by this superoxide? See, that means which is having the lack of electrons, so which tries to steal the electrons from the electron rich molecules. Here if you see the LDL molecules that is very rich in electrons, so these superoxide molecules tries to steal the electrons from these LDL molecules and converts this LDL into an oxidized LDL molecules. Clear? Whatever the normal LDL molecules will be present, that is going to be interacts with this superoxide. Now this superoxide try to steal the electrons from these actual LDL molecules and converting this LDL molecule into oxidized LDL molecules. Okay, oxidized LDL means low density lipoproteins, right? See, now this is an oxidized LDL molecules that is present in this subendothelial space. Clear? See, I hope you understood till now what is happened inside the blood vessels. Clear? Sorry, in the walls of the blood vessels. See, initially what happens is, see, this is the endothelial cells. See, whenever there is a damage to the endothelial cells, so that is mainly because of hypertension or smoking or because of diabetes, there will be damage to this endothelial cells, right? See, because of that damage, this endothelial cells, which will be expressing on its surface the molecules known as VCAM1. Clear? At the same time, the monocytes that are present in the blood vessels, which can also expresses the molecules known as VLA4. Clear? See, now this VLA4, okay, combines with this VCAM1 and forming a complex. Okay, this complex holds tightly the monocytes onto the surface of these endothelial cells. Clear? So slowly the monocytes moves across the membrane through the gaps and enters into the subendothelial space, right? See, at the same time, from the damaged endothelial cells, some molecules known as MCSF1, okay, that is monocyte colony stimulating factor 1 is also released, which will be converting this monocyte into a macrophage. Clear? See, now this macrophage, which is going to be releasing the superoxide. Superoxide means which will be lacking the electrons, so which try to attack on the electron rich molecules like LDL molecules. Okay, see this LDL molecules which is also present in the blood because of damage to the endothelium. This LDL also enters into this subendothelial space. Clear? See, now this superoxide which will be stealing the electrons from these LDL molecules and totally which will be converting this LDL into the oxidized LDL molecules. Clear? See, next we'll see what happens once these oxidized LDL molecules that are present in this subendothelial space. Clear? Suppose if you see this is an oxidized LDL molecules, and if you see this is a phagocyte, that is macrophage. This is the macrophage. See this macrophage, on its surface it is having the receptors for these oxidized LDL molecules. Okay, this is an oxidized LDL and this is a macrophage. See, this all going to be happening inside this subendothelial space. Clear? See this macrophage having a receptor for this oxidized LDL molecules to take up this oxidized LDL molecules inside the macrophage. Clear? See this receptor, you will call it as a scavenger receptor. Okay, with the help of this scavenger receptor, the macrophage take up this oxidized LDL molecules. See, now what happens is, see, this is a macrophage. See, like this, not only one oxidized LDL molecule, see here having the nucleus. See here, the many oxidized LDL molecules will be taken up by this macrophage that is inside a vesicle. Okay, this is a vesicle. Vesicles will be storing these oxidized LDL molecules. See this macrophage containing these oxidized LDL molecules. This you will call it as a foam cells. Clear? See, what is this foam cells? The macrophage taking the oxidized LDL molecules inside the vesicles. Okay, see this cells, you will call it as a foam cells. Clear? See, once these foam cells dies in the subendothelial space, okay, which will be releasing some substances, we will call it as a damps. Okay, see, this damps means damage associated molecular patterns. Okay, see, once these foam cells undergoing death, which will be releasing these damaged associated molecular patterns, now which is going to be initiates the inflammatory response inside this subendothelial space. Clear? See, once the oxidized LDL molecules and the macrophage both will be present in the subendothelial space, this macrophage try to engulf this oxidized LDL molecules. Clear? See how which will be engulfing with the help of this scavenger receptor that is used to detect these oxidized LDL molecules. Now the oxidized LDL molecules will be entered inside this macrophage. Clear? See, inside the macrophage, these oxidized LDL molecules will be stored inside the vesicles. Okay, not one oxidized LDL molecules, like this many oxidized LDL molecules will be engulfed by this macrophage, that you will call it as a foam cell. Clear? See, once the foam cell undergoing death, which will be releasing some molecules known as damage associated molecular patterns, which is going to be initiating the inflammatory response. Clear? See, next what happens is in this subendothelial space. See, now see, like this many foam cells that are going to be deposited in this subendothelial space like this. Okay, this is the subendothelial space. Here all the foam cells got deposited. Clear? Clear? See this initial, see here you are having the endothelial cells, the damaged endothelial cells. Clear? See, because of this formation of these foam cells in the subendothelial space, okay, which will be building like this. Okay, see here, this we will call it as a primary atheroma. Okay, this stage we will call it as a primary atheroma. As this stage, here there is only foam cells, so it is very smooth and fluffy nature. Clear? See, below this you are having one layer, I told you, that is internal elastic lamina, right? See, this internal elastic lamina, which is having vascular smooth muscle cells. Okay, if you see, these are the vascular smooth muscle cells that will be present in this internal elastic lamina. See, why? Because, see, as I told you, in the atherosclerosis, there will be buildup of plaques. Clear? See, that means this plaque development in these walls of the blood vessels is will become very rigid only because of the presence of one hard cap onto its surface. Clear? See, until now that stage we will call it as only the primary atheroma, but now we'll see how that rigid cap that is going to be developed towards its surface. Clear? See, below this subendothelial space, you are having this internal elastic lamina, which consisting of this vascular smooth muscle cells. Clear? See, from these foam cells, some signal molecules that are going to be released into this internal elastic lamina, that you will call it as a cytokines. Okay, these you will call it as a cytokines. Okay, these are the signal molecules that are released from these foam cells into the internal elastic lamina. See, because of these signal molecules, now these vascular smooth muscle cells try to migrate from the internal elastic lamina into this subendothelial space. Clear? See, now if you see, this is the smooth muscle vascular smooth muscle cells start migrated into the subendothelial space, and which will start producing a connective tissue. Clear? Now the smooth muscle cells which will be start producing a connective tissue, and which will be forming a very rigid cap onto the surface of these foam cells. Clear? See this, finally you will call it as a plaque deposition in the walls of the blood vessels. Clear? See this is how, if you see, this is generally a blood vessel, I told you. See now totally because of this plaque here which will be blocking, as the blood is going to be flowing in this lumen. See, but here see later on, here totally because of this plaque, here there will be obstruction of the blood flow, you are going to be observing. Clear? See this, because of this atherosclerosis, okay, this will be acting, okay, like a, which is one of the main cause for the different cardiovascular diseases, right? See, because of this plaque buildup in the walls of the blood vessels, definitely which may leads to other kind of cardiovascular diseases.